Good afternoon, everyone. This week was another good week in Ontario and Grey Bruce in the fight against COVID, with significant declines in new cases. In Grey Bruce, there were only 17 new cases this week, a huge decline from the 46 cases a week ago. Currently, there are 30 active cases within the Grey Bruce Health Unit, down from 57 a week ago. No new cases were reported in the last week from the town of the Blue Mountains. Currently, there are no active cases in the Blue Mountains. Hospitalizations, patients in ICU and on ventilators in Ontario continue to decline. Deaths were also down over the last week. On May 20th, 2021, the Ontario government released its roadmap to reopen, a three-step plan to safely and cautiously reopen the province and gradually lift public health measures. It is important to note that the province-wide stay-at-home order remains in effect until June 2nd, 2021. However, the government has made changes to some of the existing orders. The roadmap to reopen is based on the province-wide vaccination rate and improvements in key health and healthcare indicators. Step 1 is intended to focus on resuming outdoor activities with smaller crowds where the risk of transmission is lower and permitting retail with restrictions. Step 2 further expands outdoor activities and resumes limited indoor services with a small number of people and with face coverings being worn. Step 3 expands access to indoor settings with restrictions, including where there are larger numbers of people and where face coverings can't always be worn. The government has indicated that the province will remain in each step for at least 21 days to evaluate any impacts on key public health and health system indicators. Vaccination thresholds will need to be met, along with positive trends in other key public health and health system indicators, in order to enter each respective step of the roadmap. This means it may be late July before we enter phase 3. It is important to note that the province-wide stay-at-home order remains in effect until June 2nd, 2021. Town bylaw officers and the OPP continue to be active in enforcing all provincial regulations and have discretion to either issue tickets or disperse gatherings or organize public events that are not complying with gathering or event limits. They can temporarily close premises where prohibitive gatherings are occurring and require individuals to vacate. With the changes announced by the province on May 20th, the Tomahawk Golf Course and other town outdoor amenities reopened to the public last Saturday. Under provincial rules, these outdoor recreational amenities may remain open so long as physical distancing of at least 2 meters is maintained between people who are not members of the same household, no team sports or other sports that are not compatible with physical distancing requirements are practiced or played, and any indoor facilities on the premises remain closed, except if they provide access for takeout or delivery services, equipment storage, or a washroom or a portion of an amenity that is used to provide first aid. With the reopening of our outdoor amenities, the Tomahawk Golf Course is a very popular destination. In order to conform with health unit regulations, tee times are required and no walk-ons are allowed. Group maximum per tee time is 4 golfers. Tee times are issued on a first-come, first-served basis, so please make sure you book in advance. Tee time bookings can be booked up to 5 days in advance of your visit. Tee times are every 15 minutes, with the first being 8 a.m. and the last being 6 p.m. You can book a tee time by calling 519-599-3131 extension 350 or emailing teatimes@thebluemountains.ca. The harbor and boat launch are also open. However, they will be temporarily closed to the public on Sunday, June 6th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. to allow harbor users to launch their vessels for the season. The temporary closure will help ensure that all provincial and public health COVID-19 safety protocols are maintained throughout the day. Following the conclusion of all boat launches, the harbor will be reopened for public use. Residents are reminded that under provincial regulations, any person responsible for a boat or watercraft shall ensure that if it is used by a group for recreational purposes, it is only used by members of the same household. Work on other town initiatives continues. You may have seen signs up around town asking you to test your internet speed and provide your input on voting methods for the next election. Both these surveys are open until Monday. To date, the Internet Speed Test Challenge has added over 1,500 data points to the Canadian Internet Registry Agency's data for the town of the Blue Mountains. Our goal is to get to 2,500. The information will be used to plan for a future where there is high-speed internet in all parts of our town. Making secure voting easily accessible to all our residents is another important objective for our town. During the last election, only 40% of eligible voters voted. Please fill out the survey and tell us what voting methods you would like to see used to see if we can increase this number. Lobsterfest, the first big event of the summer, is coming. Following on the heels of last year's highly successful Lobsterfest and Oktoberfest, this popular community fundraiser will take place on July 3rd. As with last year, this will likely be a largely drive-through event. I'm advised the tickets are selling fast, so please make sure you get yours before they are all gone. Tickets are available on the Lobsterfest website, lobsterfest.blue, or by calling 519-599-3345. This weekend promises to be cool but sunny. Residents are encouraged to enjoy our great outdoors. Have a great weekend. Please support our local businesses by shopping local, and most of all, stay safe.